good. What are we doing today?
Well, we're going to do a couple of things. We're going to do some potatoes, which is what we're rather famous for back at our place. Our potatoes are grown literally across the road from our restaurant. So Jethro's going to get those on. Let's get some butter on throat. There's Jethro. He's going to be doing all the hot work. I'm not going near the fire.
He's a good-looking lad, isn't he? Look at him go.
All right, let's get creepy now.
So, has anyone ever been to Simon's place under the nut tree? Raise your hands if you've been. Look at them. There we are. Big fans.
Customer right there. Yep. So basically, we started our little restaurant in lockdown. We just started cooking. Is this working? Can you hear me? Yeah, good. We just started barbecuing in lockdown and invited the local farmers. I think Forrest came on the radio and said, no more indoor dining, outdoor dining only, and that might be the only good thing he ever did. So we started our little restaurant, and word of mouth has travelled, and now we're just chock and block every Friday, Saturday night. We just do the weekends because we start cooking on a Wednesday. It's all about the prep, and we do about 150, 160 people a night. So this is one of the our fire platforms. So when we go out and do catering, we use this. This is what we call a chapper. So as you can see, Jethro's got some butter on there. He's about to drop some potatoes. These potatoes were boiled this morning. We just soften them up a little bit. Then just give them a light roasting, very light roasting. Just to give them a little bit of colour, and then they're ready for the fire. So what else we can do with this? We've got some lemon confit garlic, which is, I always have confit garlic when I'm cooking. It's just garlic and oil, basically. And they've been heavily salted when I did that first light roast. And we've got some of Tommy, my friend over here. He's got a beautiful rub. I'm going to introduce Tommy in a minute, but I mean, I used to be on a very different stage, and I don't know if anyone has Googled me, but usually I'm not usually wearing this many clothes. Tommy was my promoter in Belgium and Holland. He puts on big comedy shows, and both of us have digressed from the comedy business, and Tommy's now a Belgian pitmaster, champion barbecuer, European champion, and he's actually created a sauce, barbecue sauce, one best sauce in the world. So,
in the world?
Yeah, in the world.
Oh, a round of applause for that.
That's my word. So Tommy and I got up at about 7 o'clock this morning. We lit the smoker. He's used his rub on some beautiful pork ribs. Some of you will get a taste. I'm not quite Jesus with fishes and loaves. We'll get as much as we can out there. And we've also got a beautiful big loin of pork which we've smoked this morning. Now I'm going to get that open now, and I just want to get that crackling happen.
So what made the potatoes so famous? Is it just that they're...
Well, they're locally grown.
Yeah.
And I think it's same with chips. 3 cooks. You're going to do it. You're going to boil them, you're going to soften them up, you give them a light roast in it, and then they finish over the fire so they get smoky, and it's just a lot of love in these potatoes.
Beautiful.
A lot of love.
So go on, what we got going on in there? That's the ribs?
This is the pork loin.
Pork loin?
Yeah. So, as you can see, it's got Tommy's beautiful rub on there, so I don't want to mess with that. And that's just the crackling, so we're going to put this here. Now, pretty soon you're going to get it's going to be raining fat. And we're going to get a lovely crackling on this. I don't know about you guys, but if you're eating pork, it's got to be crackling. I grew up in a family with 6 kids, and there was just always fights over crackling. So now whenever I do it, there's crackling for everybody. Plenty of it.
So when you say you've been smoking this, you said for how long?
How long we had this in? About 3 hours? 3 hours. 3 hours. We would have liked to have had it in a bit longer, but I'm not getting up at 6 in the morning for you.
What are you smoking it with? Like, what's the wood that is your wood of choice?
John's applewood.
Yeah.
From birchwood coal. There he is. No, that's the only wood I use really when I'm cooking. I use other stuff. Like if you want to get a bit of heat under the chopper, you can use other stuff. But if you're actually cooking the meat or smoking the meat, I just use John's beautiful applewood. It's lovely. Nothing better. Right. Now the other thing I was going to do is this weekend we're because I was going to be here and I'm not going to be home cooking, I did a slow cooked lamb shoulder, which I started on Thursday. We fired them up, gave them some colour. On the Wednesday, we marinated them with some maple syrup, some fresh mint, some lovely herbs and spices, lots of salt. And then I smoked them as well, and then we slow cooked them overnight. So they had about 8-9 hours in the oven, and then they just all fall off the bone. So I brought a little bit of this.
You just draw that out, put it there.
Oh, that's the potatoes.
Oh, let's take over.
This is Tommy's rub, the holy grail, and it is absolutely delicious. I'm going to put this on the potatoes.
So can you list out what's in the back of that, Simon, just for the people if they wanted to buy some?
Tommy, might be time for you to come in now.
Hello, Tommy.
John Boodles, ladies and gentlemen. Hello. This is Tommy all the way from Belgium.
Beautiful, welcome. So go on, give us a little, let's rattle through that one first, then we can go on through the other stuff. Yeah.
That's called my Holy Grail wrap. And it's a luxury SPG, which is salt, pepper, garlic. A lot of garlic in it. And a mixture of dark, black, and white pepper. So you can taste it if you like.
Yes, please.
You can do it on everything you like. Fish, vegetables, meat, and anything else. So it's a Holy Grail. Right. You can buy it in Belgium.
Only in Belgium.
Only in Belgium.
Yeah, people have to fight over this one.
Yes. Yes.
So what other things do you do? Is it, so you got other rubs, other sauces?
Oh yes, I put it here. I have a few rubs over here. I can show them. But as Simon told, I'm a Belgian champion, and the 4-time Belgian champion barbecue. So I'm doing competition barbecue as well. And I went to the United States for 2 times for the World Championship, and I ended up 13th in the world in ribs. And I was 2-time Belgian champion making ribs as well. So ribs is my specialty. And brisket. I'm Belgian champion brisket. So I'm looking forward to see my brisket fellow friends in this area as well.
We had actually talking about brisket earlier, so if anyone missed that and has some questions about brisket, then you've got the man to ask. If you need some answers, then here we go.
Yes. But I'm here today to tell you about ribs as well. I brought a spare one, so I can show you, I can tell you how to prepare ribs, how to prepare perfectly cooked ribs.
Right.
I can't show it the whole way, but I can show you the trimmed version of the preparing, and I'll show you the result.
Amazing stuff.
You're going to be hearing that
too close.
Here's one we prepared earlier. And I've got some beautiful mint, pomegranates, fresh red currants, and some feta. And you just toss it all together, and it's the most beautiful thing you've ever had. Perfect for a summer's day.
I was going to say, like today. I was going to say, actually, we were talking about it earlier, the balance of flavours, especially when you're doing things like barbecue where it's fatty, quite heavy. You always need something a little bit light, a little bit fresh, touch salty, cut through all of that, make it
absolutely. And especially in the summer, we love our salads. We've got this lovely girl up here on Simmons Yacht up on the mountaintop there. She's got her own organic farm with some polytunnels. Her name is Bunny enough. And Wye Valley Salad. Yeah, a lot of good restaurants around town, you might have seen it on the menu, but she does the most beautiful salads and the most beautiful flowers, edible flowers, everything. So, yeah, we really like to bust out our salads at this time of year.
Good stuff.
Saves me cooking on the fire.
That's it. So we're going to come back over here and have a look at some rib prep.
Yes, please. Okay, who of you guys eat ribs? Okay, and who cooks it by themselves? Why isn't everybody doing this?
Tommy, just one sec. As you can see, that is crackling up beautiful.
Have a look at a big screen. Zoom in on that for you.
We're just going to give that a little bit more, and then that is done.
Beauty.
Sorry, Tommy, off you go.
Okay, so I will tell you a bit of the hidden secrets of preparing ribs, so you can do it by yourself. You can do it in an oven, you can do it on a kettle barbecue, you can do it on a Kamado barbecue, open fire, whatever you like. I prefer to do it on a smoker because that's the best result, but then you need to have the smoker. The system is just the same for every barbecue you have. So I have here one St. Louis cut belly rib. As you all know, a pig has ribs, and it starts from the back and it comes to here, to the belly. You have the baby back ribs, that's this part, and the butcher cuts it in half and the front part is the belly ribs. This is the bones are straight, are big, and the baby backs are more curved. So that's, you can see that in the store. When it's curved, it's a baby back. When it's straight, it's a belly. This is more the belly fat side, so it's more flavorful. It has more flavor, there's more meat, so I prefer this one. Step number 1, you have to trim it very good. When it doesn't look pretty, it doesn't cook pretty. You have to understand. So trim your meat, all the loose ends, cut them away. Just make sure you have a nice square rib. All the little things over there, it's going to burn, so ditch them up front. You see, there's fat in here. Fat here, some membrane as well. You have to all clear it out, because when you season this, the seasoning could not enter the meat because of the fat. And you all think, yeah, but fat is delicious, right? Well, yes and no. The intramuscular fat is delicious, and that's what you need. The fat around, you don't need that, so cut it away. If I do say stupid things in English, hey, fuck you.
Sorry, kids. Sorry about that. We say earmuffs in England. I got my kid. If I want to say something earmuffs, and then yeah,
I don't know what to say.
The lamb's just about ready now. When I cook the lamb, I let it all cool in the trays, and you'll get all that juice down the bottom, and then the fat. I put it in the fridge, and the fat just like is caked on the top. So I scoop all that off, throw it away, and I'm left with this beautiful sauce. So once the lamb's on the chopper, I'll give it a bit more of that, and that really sends it home. Right, off you go, Tommy.
All right, I'm just trimming this piece of art here. Taking off the membrane, so it's all clear to get started.
So for people that have never trimmed a piece of meat before,
Yeah.
how can you quickly tell the difference between fat and membrane?
Well, fat is fat.
Yeah.
You all know fat.
Yeah.
But the membrane is the little peel over here, so you can rip it off. And let's see, between every muscle in the animal, there is fat and membrane. So you have to cut it off. Most of the time, the butcher will do it, but sometimes it's still on it. So do it, please. Otherwise, you can cook it through. At the big restaurants, they cook it through, but they have time, they have a big smoker, and you won't notice. But just let it out. Okay? Deal?
Deal.
Okay.
Be interesting to see the final piece, because I've taught a lot of cookery in my time, and I tell someone to trim a piece of meat, and they end up with just the bone. So, like, you know, I was intrigued to see like what all the bits you trim
Well,
off.
you
So
don't trim the meat, just trim the fat.
there we go.
But not all the fat. That's where the flavour is too.
I was going to ask. I put my hand up trying to ask a question like a naughty boy. Chapper.
Chopper, yeah.
Chapper. Where does that come from? What's the origins of it? Or
Well, it's interesting. I mean, it's sort of Argentinian. Francis Melman, who's a famous fire chef, I'm sure a lot of you will know. But I remember watching the Francis Melman special on Netflix. And right at the end, he goes, you know, in Patagonia, you get all these ginger-headed men running around. It's because the Welsh settled in there. And so all of this is ancient fire cooking from Wales. So really, I went all the way to Argentina and Patagonia and then came back again. So I like to say this is Welsh cooking. Yeah. Chapper is a Spanish word for the Argentinian word.
yeah, yeah.
But basically, it's just a big skillet. So we've had these specially made for us. I've got about 4 of these, and so we'll have like 2 of those full of potatoes each night. Poor Jethro slays over them. Yeah, look at him. He was a big fat bastard when he started working for me.
Render that fat. Render that fat.
Now he's a chief tosser. Doing a great job there, Throw.
So how many covers did you say you did at your place on the weekends?
About 150 a night.
150 a night.
Yep. Yep. And it's always a set menu. There's no choice. You know, we do vegetarians, occasionally vegans, but don't tell them. I don't want them to come. But we have like, about 4 or 5 veggies every night. And they get all my attention, basically. Cooking the big chunks of meat, that's easy. So we do a lot of stuff like whole rumps, I've got my own pigs up in the forest, so we'll do, say, 3 pigs over a weekend, pig and a half a night. And there's plenty for everybody. A lot of people, when they come for dinner with us now, turn up with their empty Tupperware.
I was going to say.
They get their Sunday lunch to take home. Don't you?
No, don't do that. No.
But yeah, right, look at that. Look at that pork.
That's looking beautiful.
So we're going to cut that up shortly and give you all a little taste of that. That's what.
What's hiding in the other foil?
That's Tommy's ribs.
That's Tommy's ribs.
One we prepared earlier. So let's get back to this.
Is this trimmed? Trimmed and ready?
This is trimmed and ready for the next step. If I cut more, this is a trimmed part, rib. If I cut more, I'm losing my meat and bone, like here. So I'm not going to do it.
Novice over it, sorry.
So you have to be sure that there's meat on. Okay, first step, buy a proper piece of meat. Second step, trim it like it's your, whatever. Then, set up your barbecue. Which barbecue you have, it doesn't matter. 100 and, is it Fahrenheit or Celsius?
We were talking Fahrenheit earlier and then we gave up trying to change it, so you do whatever.
150.
Okay, so in a normal barbecue, a kettle or whatever, just do 120. Not warmer, 120. Do you have a smoker offset smoker with wood? You can use 150. Don't go over that. It will cook your rib much faster, but it will dry out. If you go slower, if you go lower in temperature, like 100 or 90, don't do that as well. Because what happens is it takes a long time to get on the 100 degrees that you want internal temperature. And at some point, the meat will say, hey, I will ditch all the flavor and all the moist. And then you have dried ribs as well. So 120, cook it for 4 hours and you're done. 4 hours for a slice of meat, a slice of ribs. That's the timing you need to keep in mind. Okay.
Cool. Good. Is that step 2?
Well, yeah.
Set the barbecue up.
Yeah.
Step 1, trim. 2, barbecue. 120, 4 hours. Next step.
Yeah, 4 hours is the end. But
yeah.
Next step is season the rib. Every rib needs some seasoning. Every meat needs some seasoning. Is it salt and pepper? It's salt and pepper. But pork, ribs, they like sweet. So it's very important to add some sweetness to it. But it needs salt as well. So I created a few rubs. I have the base of taste. Base for taste.
Base for taste.
That's an all-round base rub. It's high in salt, high in pepper, bit of cayenne pepper, so it's a bit spicy. Always use, if you use one rub, use one rub. If you use 2 rubs, always read the fucking manual and look how much salt is in it. If you have 2 rubs and it says 50%, 20%, always use 50% first. The other one is for the sweetness, normally, or the spice. But the salt part first. Always salt first. Okay, I'm going to do this. You see that on YouTube probably and all the American pitmasters. Just give it a nice coating. Be in mind that at the end of the rubbing, it's shaking, it's not rubbing, it's not massaging. Do not touch the animal.
There's a lot of warnings going on.
Yeah, but it's very important.
This is how you become world number 1.
You make so much mistakes doing ribs. Okay, so as you can see, or not, but I put a light coat on it. A light. This is light. When I add, in a few minutes, I add another one, and then you will see the meat, or you just won't see the meat anymore. So that's the amount you need to put on the to put on the meat. So if you do 1 rub, be liberal, and just see the meat, or just don't see the meat. Another trick: don't use mustard or oil as a binder. Most of the people do that. Mustard and start massaging, adding some rub and done. And why do they do this? They do this because it sticks to the meat, so it doesn't fall off. Well, another secret. There is salt in it. Remember? Salt.
Salt, 50%.
Or 40, whatever. But
Sorry, yeah.
the salt will penetrate, sorry for the small case, penetrates into the meat. And then it starts sweating. We call that sweating. You let the meat sweating. And when it sweats, it sticks by itself. So just wait for 2-3 minutes. And I will pick it up, I will put it, I will
Pick it up.
and everything will be on there. And then it's time for another coating. And then you wait for another 5 minutes, and then it's ready for cooking. So, all those rubs, do not do it the night before, do it not 5 hours before, half an hour is more than enough. So all the other things you heard on the internet, skip it, this is the truth, okay?
Well, number one, you're hearing it from the man yourself.
Yeah.
Temperature of meats as well. It's like there's always a lot of things about cooking from cold meats. Does that matter too much? If you're going to take it out for half an hour and season it anyway, you can take this meat straight out of the fridge, season it up, do the sweaty bit.
It will be on the smoke for 4 hours, so don't put it out of the fridge immediately, just leave it an hour.
Yeah.
Half an hour, but leave an hour, and then do the prepping.
Beautiful. All right.
Yeah.
While that's doing its sweaty thing,
Room temperature always for your meat before you start cooking it. Also, the other thing, people say, oh, how do you know if it's when it's right? You know, basically, if I'm cooking a huge big rump of beef, I'm looking for like an internal temp just under 50, because then I'm going to hang it for 2 hours and it keeps cooking. So remember that your meat is always going to keep cooking after you take it off. So be prepared for that. And the other thing is, don't be frightened about it, because, you've got a long time. You've got a good 5 hours to realise you're fucking things up. Don't panic about it. The only thing I can say is when I'm doing my pork, I'll cook the pork for if I'm doing like a half a pig, and I'll do like a butterfly leg, a butterfly shoulder, some belly, some loin. You cook them for about 4 or 5 hours. The last bit, that's the crucial bit, because you turn your back for a second, as Jeff well knows, we've done this, and you turn your back and there's just an inferno, because that fat will rain down and it can just take off. So I always make sure that I have that's as low as I'll ever do it. But normally I'll have them up this high when I'm doing my crackling, and you literally, when you've got that much pork on, you'll see it's just raining, and the flames start really lifting up. It's a thing of beauty, but you can ruin a 5-hour cook in about 30 seconds.
Yeah, I think that's one of the best things about cooking with fire, though, is it is that really intuitive way of cooking. Like,
absolutely.
When you cook over like an induction hob or something, you can quickly save things. But with this, it is keep your eye on it, focus, don't get too hammered.
My two favourite tools, like I say.
Sorry, I was showing my meat.
Oh. I was stuck in the middle. I didn't know what was going on. Everyone clapped.
That was my thing.
Yeah, that was my thing.
I know. I saw you show a lot of
You
time.
showed me sweaty meat and you got a round of applause.
So go ahead. I'm just adding another one.
I was just going to say my two favourite tools are a shovel, perfect for when you're doing that, and I've just discovered this of late, a little bit of a leaf blower.
That's it. Comfort safety's out the window. Let's do it that way.
And you can just get your coal going and everything. I love this. I never blow leaves with it.
I think one of the funniest sights out the back here is there's a load of cows that are just staring this way.
They have no idea
It's so awkward walking out
what
there.
danger they're in.
Just slowly wafting meat.
Yeah. They're going, there's Bill's over there somewhere.
We're safe for a minute because we've got the pork on. Right, so where are we at with these ribs? How are we doing?
So I coat it another time. Just wait for 5 minutes and then it's ready for going on the barbecue, the smoker, or oven, or whatever.
Okay.
Yeah. The barbecue set on 120. You put it in the oven and leave it for 2 hours. Why 2 hours? After 2 hours, they created a bark, a nice bark. And the bark is not burnt. The bark is the flavor crust you're creating by cooking all the fat and the smoke and the sugar and everything. So that's creating a bark. When it's too dark, it's delicious as well. But you want to see, you eat with your eyes as well. So a rib, you look for a dark mahogany red color. When you have that after 2 hours, you take it off the barbecue and you wrap it. And why do you wrap? Two reasons. First, by wrapping it, you're locking the color. If you don't wrap it, you leave it another 2 hours, it will be black. No problem with black and dark ribs, but it's not the taste. One reason. Second reason, you steam it. In a wrap, you steam it. And you can wrap it in foil or paper, butcher paper. You can do butcher paper if you want to, but it slows down the process. If you're hungry, use foil. It will be cooking quicker, more quick.
Quickly.
Here for fly.
Yeah, it's all right. There's a little wasp going for you. It's all right.
Yeah. All right. So I'll show you how to wrap, because that's a little trick as well. You can wrap it like a balloon, or you wrap it like I'm going to do.
But the number one.
It's easy.
It's the right way and the wrong way.
Yeah, we all want to be one number one, so let's go.
Yeah, it's very easy. All right. Use foil. This is kind of thin, so if you have thin foil, use 2 layers. I'm going to use 2 layers because this is a thin one. If you can.
Tell me that doesn't grow in freezer stuff.
Expensive. There's a free one over there. All right. If you buy one, look for a thicker foil, please. Okay. So, let's pretend this is cooked. It's not. Don't forget the backside rubbing, of course. You need the backside to rub the backside as well. All right. So, nothing in their sleeves, huh? You do it like this. You do it like that. Everyone can see this. It's very hard, huh? And then
goes over, then comes over. Sides.
Watch closely.
Watching.
Just do this. Just do this. And then just do this.
I missed it.
That's it. Just 1, 2, and the side. And I will tell you why. If you want to look at one time, you want to feel if it's ready. You don't poke through the foil. Otherwise, at the end, all holes in your foil. But it's on the barbecue. You open the gates to more than. You feel. No, it's not ready. And you close exactly the same valves and keep cooking. You can do that 10 times without losing moist, juices, fat, air, whatever. Just do it like that. Another little trick. Voilà. So, okay. Now we wrap the rib, put it back on the same barbecue, the same temperature, same 120. And you leave it for an hour and a half. And after 90 minutes, you can do whatever. You can do what I did just. You open the wrap and you start feeling. If you want to use a meat thermopen,
Yeah, thermometer.
yeah, use it. And look for, let's say, 95, 98 degrees internal temp. Better is to use a toothpick. Just a toothpick. And you don't know how warm it is, but you can feel if the meat is ready. And not every animal is the same. Not every cut is the same. So not every time the temperature will be the same. So you can watch your thermopen and it says 95 and you think, all right, it's ready. But maybe that animal was a bit stressed because of whatever. And it's not ready yet. So you can use a thermopen as well, but you don't really. Use a toothpick. And when it's smooth like butter, it's done. And when it's done, you have a bite-through rib. The rib, you can bite in it, and you have a piece of meat in your mouth, and it's not full of the bone. if it's full of the bone, ladies and gentlemen, you're not eating ribs, you're eating stew. So, if you like stew, eat stew. If you like ribs, eat ribs. Okay? Another warning.
There's so many warnings. I feel like I'm being told off over here. Treacherous. Yeah. Right, we've got some finished ribs that are on there.
We have all ready to get those over.
I can tell 2 minutes and I'm right.
2 minutes.
Okay?
Yeah.
So, sauce. You wrap this with the meat and the rub, but you add some butter, unsalted butter please, some sugar, some extra sweet rub, and some barbecue sauce. And it happens to be that I created one.
There's one I prepared earlier. Fantastic.
This one. And last April, I was at the this bottle was at the American Royal in America, which is the World Championship of the barbecue seasoning. And this bottle won the second prize of 250 bottles. And 1 month later, I received the golden prize, the golden medal of the International Flavour Awards in the category barbecue sauce.
Oh, round of applause! First place, second place, gold awards. Come on, he knows what he's doing.
I know it. So add it in the wrap, put it back on the smoker, and when it's ready, take it off. Open the gates again. Let it breathe. Let it breathe for a minute. So the air it will settle the sauce a bit. Then you take the rib, put it on the smoker again for maximum 5 minutes, just to settle the sauce. If you want to add more sauce, just do it. But 5 minutes to settle the sauce. Then you take it off from the barbecue, you cut it. And how do you cut meat? You put it meat side down, then you see the ribs, and you cut just near the bones. That's the most easy way to do it. And because of the sauce is settled and the spices are cooked, it won't stick on your table, it will be on your meat. Okay? Voila. That's a little secret how to make ribs.
Very nice. This is so good. I'm just standing here with my mouth open, just like trying to take all the information in, but I think I'm there. Stick it on the thing, rub some stuff on it.
Yeah, rub it away.
So, we're going to go back over here with some rib action, or...
Well, and I'm going to get some of this beautiful pork loin out. So we've got it. We've got some potatoes out there. This is about done, I think. That's all, yeah. Anyone hungry out there?
I mean, do we have any serving things, or are we just going to pass it to people?
I've got some of these.
Yeah,
You can hand those around. Looks like you're all going to have to just use your fingers, though. That should be all right, shouldn't it? That's not a knife, that's a knife. So basically, I always, when I'm cooking my meat, always like to leave the ribs in.
Your mic's not working, here we go.
I like to leave the ribs in. The ribs actually act like a conductor, and they help cook the meat for you. So whenever you can, leave them in. And then you get to eat them afterwards. They're just going to come off so easily. There you go, that's a lovely set of ribs.
Sweet Lord.
Now, normally when I'm cooking a loin like this, I will just do like this and give you a nice pork chop. But because there's so many of you, I'm just going to dice it up and let you all have a bit.